السلام عليكم أيها السوريين اللاجئين. هذا كثير مهم بالنسبة لكم اللاجئين السوريين في أوروبا. حذروا أولادكم من الدخول في العصابات. العصابات تضع معلوماتها على الكمبيوترات الآن في أوروبا. اسمعوا. وهذا يؤثر على الحصول على المساعدات أيضا والدخول الجامعات في المستقبل.
Summer 2011, youths clash with police. The violence was blamed on London's gangs.
Just because a young person uses violence,
I've returned to North London where those riots started to meet civil rights campaigners Stafford
في منطقة سلاو وفي منطقة إيلينغ في بريطانيا هناك عصابات بعض السوريين دخلوا فيها ووقعوا فيها. فنبهوا أولادكم يا سوريين وراقبوا أولادكم. وأيضا من الجاليات العربية الأخرى راقبوا أولادكم. شايفين معلومات على الكمبيوتر تضع أسماء الأولاد الذين يدخلون في عصابات. وزارة التربية تحصل على المعلومات والشرطة تحصل عليها ووزارة المساعدات. نبهوا أولادكم.
Amnesty International has concerns too. The gang's matrix could be in breach of human rights laws and might be illegal, breaking data protection laws.
People have been on this matrix for some years. They have not been involved in any crime. They are being watched and followed by the police. This is a waste of police resources.
People in the matrix, known as nominals, are given a traffic light colour. The ones marked red are considered the most violent, according to police. Amber nominals pose a moderate risk, and green nominals are thought to pose the least risk.
شايفين؟ فالذي لونه أحمر فهذا يعني خطر، والذي لونه برتقالي أو أصفر خطره وسط، والذي لونه أخضر فهو من أصدقاء العصابات أو من أعضاء العصابة ولكن ليس هو من الخطيرين. فنبهوا أولادكم والصبايا والشباب. هذا المعلومات يعني يراقبون الأولاد من عمر 12 سنة إلى عمر 25 سنة و23 سنة. فانتبهوا أيها العرب والسوريين خاصة يعني والعراقيين وغيركم أيها اللاجئين في أوروبا. فنبهوا أولادكم واشرحوا لهم أنهم يراقبون تليفوناتهم وأن لا يدخلوا في عصابات وأن لا يتورطوا مع عصابات. وجزاكم الله خير على التحذير والتنبيه يعني وتثقيفهم وإعلامهم من مخاطر هذه العصابات والدخول فيها، وأنهم يعني يجلسون معاها في أراجيل وفي أماكن يعني. فديروا بالكم دائما، شوفوا أولادكم وين عم يروحوا وين عم يجوا، وبناتكم أيضا، وشوفوا تليفوناتهم وقول لهم أن تليفوناتهم مراقبة وتحركاتهم يعني يعرفوها من خلال تليفوناتهم، مراقبة تليفوناتهم. يا الله استمروا في السماع وتعلم هذه المعلومات والاستفادة منها، وأخبروا أقاربكم في بلاد اللجوء الأخرى.
Having no record of any violent crime. In October last year, the Met reported that it had some 3,806 people on its gangs matrix. Of these, 5% were in that red zone.
شايفين 300,000 طفل وشاب يعني معلومات عنهم موجودة عند الشرطة في كل بلد أوروبية، و5 إلى 10% هم بالدرجة الحمراء وفي الدائرة الحمراء، والمعلومات عنهم مراقبة باستمرار وتوزع بين الدوائر والوزارات، ويعني يجمعون المعلومات عنهم ويراقبوا تحركاتهم. فنبهوا أولادكم بأن لا يدخلوا العصابات ولا يتورطوا مع العصابات. نبهوهم تنبيه أساسي، وهذا حتى يؤثر عليهم إذا بدهم يتدينوا من البنوك أو يتدينوا من الشركات أو توظفوا في شركات مهمة.
64% were in the green zone, with the rest in between in the amber zone. With 50 killings in the capital this year alone, London's murder rate is now higher than New York City's. But Amnesty says the matrix isn't the solution because it discriminates against the black community. former Met Deputy Assistant Commissioner.
وأيها السودانيين والصوماليين انتبهوا، لأنه كثير من هؤلاء الأسماء من الجالية السودانية والصومالية والنيجيرية.
That's why so much effort has been put into trying to police that area.
The Information Commissioner is now investigating the Met's use of the gang's matrix. Amnesty wants a controversial database to be scrapped altogether. Ashish Joshi, Sky News.
Well, Amnesty International say it is controversial. The Met Police say it is useful. Let's get the opinion of Sheldon Thomas, who is a consultant on gangs across the UK.
هذا مستشار عن العصابات يشرح بعض النقاط التي تؤثر على هؤلاء الأولاد والشباب والصبايا.
For me, the racial discrimination would only come into it if we was in Liverpool, where we know most of the gang members are white, and if the gangs matrix list in Liverpool was filled with lots of young black youth that would make up the gang's matrix. But we're in London, and unfortunately, and I know a lot of people don't like the sound of this, unfortunately 80% of the gangs in London are black kids. Now, we're not saying that we don't have Turkish gangs, we're not saying that Pakistani and Bangladeshi gangs are not around, and Albanian gangs, they are there, but they're a very small percentage when you look at the grand scale of things. Secondly, what you have to look at as well is that over the last 5, maybe 6 years, if you look at the murder rate amongst young black men by black men, the perpetrators are black, the victims are black. No other community in London has got that high murder rate. Now, I'm not.
بعدين يعني راقبوا أيها السودانيين والصوماليين والسوريين والعراقيين، راقبوا أولادكم. كثير منهم يذهب إلى شركات التاكسي ويقول له خذنا من مكان فلان إلى مكان فلان، وبعض أصحاب التاكسيات يعني يخبروني ويشتكوا لي، يقولوا أنه بعض هؤلاء الأشخاص الأطفال يعني أمهم وأبوهم يعني أخلاقهم عالية ومتدينين، ولكن هؤلاء الأولاد يختلطون مع أولاد زعران وجماعة مخدرات وعصابات مخدرات، فيجرجروهم ويورطوهم في أعمال مخدرات. فديروا بالكم، الله يرضى عليكم، فتحوا عينيكم، لأنه شوفرية التاكسي يعني عم يشتكوا عن هؤلاء الأطفال وهؤلاء الأولاد. يا الله اسمعوا البقية.
Saying that the way the police are doing it is perfect. I think there's flaws in everything, but I think that we as a community tend not to take a lot of responsibility because those kids are coming out of family homes. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that every family member has not got any control of their kids, but the facts speak for themselves. I go up and down this country and I see kids as young as 11, 12, 13 out on the road up until 1 o'clock in the morning. Whose fault is that? Whose responsibility is that? And what point does the community, whether they be black community or whether they be the poor white community, at what point do we take responsibility? It's easy for us to deflect, blame and look to others to try and say that this is a problem that you're causing. Yes, I would say that the police may need to look at it, but I would say this. I think we have a bigger problem in our community. We're not addressing the amount of young kids who are involved in this lifestyle, who are coming from the black community. We're not addressing what is our role in this as parents. Why are we not talking about
Well, the parents,
sorry, you say something, Sarah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm just going to say, in your view, the parents have responsibility, but the police do have to play a role in this. We talked about the discriminatory accusation of this database, but Amnesty have also said that it is stigmatising young black men because, yes, 78% of those on this database are black, but 40% of them have no record of violence. Some of them are as young as 12. They've not done anything wrong. They're just in this database because a family member may be involved in gang violence, or they may go to school with children associated. And they're being affected in terms of their access to services. So in terms of this database, is it a useful tool, or can it be, in these instances, a harmful one by stigmatising those on there when they've done nothing wrong?
I think it works in both ways. I think you're correct. It does stigmatise a lot of young kids who have never committed a crime around gang violence or selling drugs. And I think that is true. But I also think that we do need the gangs matrix, because at the end of the day, we are looking at London. We're not talking about the whole of the UK, where we know a majority of the gangs are white kids. We're talking about London, which has a Pacific problem, which is different to most cities, where a vast majority of the kids involved are from the black community. Now, how we go about managing that situation, that's for the police to sort out. And I'm totally upset. The police may have got it wrong in the way they've stigmatised younger kids, which can stop them.